I'm in the far west of Sumatra. This place is far away from the rest of the world, society or any civil life. It is the homeland of Mentawai tribes. These people will never leave the forest. I spend days living together in the tribe, learning from them and experiencing their way of living in the jungle. By embracing the Mentawai jungle, I find myself in a condition where other things don't matter. Connecting with the souls of the forest, understanding the true meaning of importance.
Alright guys, thanks for watching this video, this teaser. Hope you enjoyed. It's been 3 weeks since I came back from Mentawai to my studio here in Koh Samui in Thailand, and now I'm working on my documentary movie. So today I'm gonna take you to the process of creating this beautiful shots, and at least I think so. It's beautiful to me. The idea of my documentary is pretty much straightforward. It's to show the people who lives in the forest, on the nature, growing up from being a child and getting older, and I just wanna show you how these people are feeling themselves and how wealthy they are. I was really surprised how these people are acting in their age. Especially there was an old woman who was 85 years old, and she was smoking like crazy. She was smoking like cigarette by cigarette, and she's so proactive. She's doing a lot of things: laundry, she's doing hunting, she's doing fishing, she's cooking, she's smoking, she's like doing a lot of crazy stuff, and I was really surprised. And all these people, they are in motion. This is the most interesting thing by being there and observing these people from inside. These people are always moving, and this is how the health getting stronger. Nowadays, people living in the trap, they going to work, they sitting at home, they're doing regular things, and they're thinking they're kind of happy, and this is what they can do, the maximum they can do, you know, doing this type of system work. And I just want to show how people live without system. 90% of the people on the earth, they're living in a system, they're living in a circle, they're locked, and they're not happy. So I just want to find the happiness, and I want to share it with you and show how the simple things can compete with anything what is in the modern world. I learned myself a lot by doing this trip alone as a solo filmmaker with my red Komodo and Canon R5 and a drone which is Mavic 2 Pro. I just want to share experience for similar guys like me and who's planning similar journeys or thinking of it. There is only one message behind that. You don't need to wait for any longer. You just need to take action. If you have just one camera, it doesn't matter. You can take this camera and still continue your trip and create awesome videos. So this is how I actually started that video. I just decided that I'm gonna go, and I purchased the tickets, and I found a guide, and I invest some money, not a lot, but of course the measure of not a lot for every person is different. I spent for this trip around $1,500, and which was 600 euro for a trip to the guide, and the rest was the tickets. And of course I also was purchasing other type of things like batteries, extra things, cabling, you know, you name it. The main idea is to make decision. If you plan something big, you need to act now. You don't need to wait any longer, because otherwise you're going to spend years thinking of it, and then it's going to bring a lot of stress to your mind, and then you will be just locked in this kind of circle and you will not do what you were dreaming. So whatever you're dreaming of, you need to act now. So make a decision, take your camera, take whatever you have, whatever you can carry on, and go ahead and just take the action. So today I'm gonna bring you to the journey of me traveling alone from Thailand to West Sumatra through the muddy roads and ferries and a lot of different stuff, and recording the documentary plus the BTS kind of stuff. It's difficult to shoot documentary and also BTS, so I was trying to do that as much as I can. So in this episode I will share how I'm gonna get to the Mentawai tribe, and then we're gonna start my another episode which is gonna be in 1 week on YouTube. This is the only thing that moves us as a filmmakers. It's making quick decisions. Of course, all decisions need to be smart and well analyzed. I decided a month before that I'm gonna go to the tribe, and then I start communication with the guide. Then I start to purchase a lot of things for my travel, for my personal things like sleeping bags, solar batteries, preparing everything I could prepare from my side. And I end up not taking like 30% of what I was preparing to this trip, to stay there like totally isolated without any type of connections, which is pretty much crazy and good. It gives me a lot of time to think, and I'm really happy with this travel. So guys, if you plan similar travel, don't wait and just start to act. So let's start our journey. Hey guys, this is the starting point here in Koh Samui Islands in Thailand. What we have now, we have a 30 kilo of weight. This is my backpack, front bag and the side bag. All this together is 30 kilos of weight. Stick to me on this journey, guys. Hope you will learn something from it, at least how not to do the stupid things. And let's start the journey right now. My journey started on Koh Samui, where I boarded the ferry to the mainland to save some budget, and headed to the nearest provincial airport. From there, I got a flight to the Bangkok, where I spent the night before continuing to Kuala Lumpur. A few hours delay later, I was finally on the last plane to Padang, arriving just before the sunset. But the travel wasn't the only challenge. I was carrying nearly 30 kilos of equipment, camera, a tripod, and the endless supply of the batteries. I kept wondering if the airplanes would even let me through. I had 4 large remote batteries, plus dozens of smaller ones. And by the way, all of them should be discharged for the safety reason. All of it crammed into my hand luggage. Every check-in left like a gamble. On the way there, I made it, but on the way back, not so lucky. Security stopped me, and I had to leave behind my tripod and a few tools. And I had to throw it straight into airport garbage. Painful, but part of the journey. And so, with the gear in hand and a head full of questions, my expedition to Mentawai truly began. Hey, finally I got to Padang here, and this is the first day after the overnight. I was getting here around 2 days from Koh Samui Island to Bangkok, from Bangkok to Kuala Lumpur, and then to Padang. It took so much time with the delay of the planes, and finally I'm here. This is the first day when I'm here sorting my stuff here, but I have a few issues with the chargers, and let me give you a quick tour with the gear that I have here behind me. So this is all my gear mainly, except the batteries. It's like phone, plates, Ronin remount holders, focus motors, propellers, Porky's monitor, some other gear for Ronin. This is my sleeping bag, and this is the blanket. This is the towel. Look at the size of the towel. And this is some presents from Mentawai, cigars, and something for myself too. The Mavic 2 Pro 7200 2470, solar charger, underwater case for Canon. I hope it's gonna work fine. This is from the rain, the whole bodysuit, lights, and the shaver, and a lot of different stuff. My beast in the east is a red Komodo, and a bunch of cables, tripods, you know, sticks, all these type of things, and also what we have here is the Insta360. A lot of different stuff I brought here, and this is all together with the laptop and the batteries like 30 kilos. And these are the batteries, trying to charge them until tomorrow 6 a.m. So also what I have here, some net for face from the mosquitoes, and you know, the tea, always a problem to find good one. Well, this is the back mount for Insta360. And my bags, and yeah. So this is my gear that I'm mainly gonna use on the shoot, including the Canon R5 and the microphone. Also this Sigma 14-24, which is pretty heavy, like 1.5 kilo weight. And so this is the room. This is the view. Thank you for being in the room tour and going through my gear that I have here. Why I took so much equipment with me is for a reason. Normally I would need just only one camera like Canon R5, but in this scenario I need to get maximum as much as I can from this journey, so I had to take all my gear with me, most of it at least. So I had to leave also the slider and the head of for the tripod, and another tripod, and another different type of things. So altogether it was like around 40 kilo, which is really crazy weight for this type of journey when I'm solo filmmaking. All of this is pretty heavy thing.
to handle through the airports, not talking about the jungles. So I don't know how it's gonna be tomorrow, but I hope the guide will help me with this trip. And on the island of Mentawai, when we gonna go tomorrow we wake up at 6 o'clock. I have to prepare all this type of stuff, sort it through the bags, be able to charge it, because I had a problem with the charger was I used these guys to charge my stuff, but it has this type of plug, you know. So this is the problem, this type of charging, because the rosette here is just a regular, like this, and I missed to take the adapter from my studio. So here we go. I had to go and buy new ones for charge the V-mount batteries, otherwise we will be without the juice. Yeah, hopefully I will be able to charge everything, including my solar panel on the tribe. The idea is to use one V-mount battery for the red when I will be in the tribe, and to charge the solar battery for Insta360 and the Canon R5. So let's see how it's gonna go. I remember myself years ago when I was going to Indonesia to shoot some travel destinational videos, and I only had my Sony 6500 and a couple of lenses. You don't need much equipment. I only use this equipment because I have it in my studio and I want to practice to use it as a solo filmmaker on set in the tribe. So I had to take as much as I can just to try all this gear in these conditions in the forest. Let's see how the thing's gonna be. I rented a bike and spent a day riding around Padang, enjoying the day and looking at the city. I had to stop in the mall to buy new chargers because my equipment had Thai plugs. After the flight, most of my batteries was empty, and I had a day to charge everything again before the trip continued. While I was moving around, I found many coffee shops. Some of them made really good coffee, so I was really enjoying it because it's probably the last one for a long time. Soon I would be in a jungle, where having even clean water or a cup of tea would really feel like a gift. Arriving in Padang itself was a new feeling after Thailand. The city is right on the ocean, full of energy, but also living with the reality of tsunamis and earthquakes. That's just life here, and it was my starting point before heading to Mentawai. Early next morning, just after sunrise, I boarded the ferry to Mentawai Islands. The boat was packed, surfers from around the world, chasing waves, and locals hauling parcels and supplies between the islands and the mainland. I even met a group from Hawaii, excited for the legendary surf ahead. Every seat was full, the air thick with smoke drifting down from the open deck. At one stop, I nearly made a mistake, thinking we had arrived to Sibirut. I stepped off with my luggage, only to realize it wasn't the final destination. Luckily, another passenger pulled me back just as the ferry departed, so 2 more hours at sea brought us at Sibirut, 7.5 hours in total from Padang. So after arriving to Sibirut, I met my guide. He was waiting to take me upriver by canoe, deeper into Mentawai.
Get lost, I think.
No, they came and they think it's like a hotel here, and stuff like that.
After finally reaching the river, it was the time to board our canoe with all the supplies: food, drinking water, and equipment. For the locals, this place worked like a bus stop. Families load their canoes with goods from the villages before heading upriver to reach their tribes. I met my guide and his girlfriend, who were carrying provisions, and together with other passengers, each traveling to different villages. We started our own journey upstream. It felt just like a river highway. The ride took nearly 3 hours. Sitting cross-legged in the same spot, my back aching as canoe kept moving forward. Along the way, I tried flying my drone to capture the canoe from the above. The boatman suggested I wait, but instead, it was the only way to film the moment. Controlling drone was tricky, since the geolocation system tried to return to the takeoff point while we kept driving further. Luckily, I managed to bring it back just in time. At the point, I also dropped the water scoop overboard, and for a moment I panicked. The driver had to turn the canoe around so we could reach it again. Small accidents like this keep me on edge, especially with all my camera gear at the risk of being wet. After almost 3 hours, we finally arrived at the kind of sorting station, unloading our things to prepare for the next stage. A muddy trek through the jungle that would take us to the shaman's family, where my real journey was about to begin. So this wraps up the first episode of my Mentawai trip. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In the next episode, I will take you deeper into the tribe and behind the scenes of filming a documentary. Make sure you don't miss it.